welcome back to Crafters TV. I hope you're having a fabulous Tuesday. It is 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. of course on the East Coast. I'm going to warn you now, Craig, I'm going to call it right from the off. It is going to be one of those shows. Everyone is in a very, very strange mood this evening here at Crafters TV. I think we're giddy on the dizzying heights of the offers we are going to be bringing you this evening, because we've got some of your favourite recent launches. And I'm not on my own. I thought it was Wednesday, Craig, I'll be honest with you, because you're wearing pink. Where's he gone? Oh well, never mind.
Going to be one of those nights. Absolutely it is. Right, you know what? I'm going to go straight in and show you what we've got coming up. We've got the gorgeous Reindeer collection that's going to be coming up as well. So we'll show you some finished samples as to what you can be doing here. Then we've got the Floral, the Christmas Floral stamp and dies. Couple of ideas here. Then you may have seen within Wake Up Call, we were showing you the craft kit box. A few things here, and hold the fort. We've got a little bit more extra stock of the matte and layer dies, so we can do, well, near enough a whole show, not back to back of matte and layer dies, but we can be showing you lots of different things when it comes to the matte and layer dies that you can see here. And then finishing off with the Reindeer, we also have the cute little treat boxes as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be so much fun, and you can all get involved as well. Get in touch with us. Join the party, as I like to say. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion on YouTube. Who we got here? Olga's in from the Pocono Mountains. I mean, that sounds like somewhere I want to go. Kate is in from SoCal, sunny and warm. Deanna's in Michigan. Brenda's here as well. And also Alicia's in from Arkansas. And that is the way she's even spelt it as well, which I love. We're going to look at something that we brought to you yesterday. And we were really concerned about it yesterday because the mirror card and the papers were on the verge of selling out. We have managed to go around some of our third-party retailers and take a little bit back from here, and a little bit back from here, and a little bit back from here, and then we got a little bit from over there, and we took a bit from over there.
You missed that one in front.
A little bit from, I'm getting there, Craig. Sorry. We're a little bit from here, and then we just took a little bit from over there. So we've actually managed to get you some more stock, which is really exciting. So it means we can still bring you the full launch collection, which is awesome. Let me take you through the hardware that you're getting first. So you're going to get this Reindeer. I love the sassiness of this Reindeer. Is awesome. It is going to work beautifully. That is an embossing folder, obviously. This is going to work really well with the two dies that you've got in here. So you've got your dashing deer, which is kind of very prancing, which I like, along with your standard sort of more classic, let's say.
You wouldn't want to get nudged in the bum by them, would you?
Not at all. And then you've got your winter woodland embossing folder. It's nice to see some foiling items included in the collection as well. So you've got a couple of sentiments here. I think foiled sentiments look amazing. You've got Merry Christmas and Season's Greetings, and then you've got this really lovely elegant deer within here too. Great that you've got sentiments for the outside of your cards, and also, I was going to say sentiments, more verses for the inside of your cards. I'll take you through those in more detail as we go. You've also got embellishments in here, so you're going to receive the gems, self-adhesive gems, and the two different styles of ribbon in there. So you've got that beautiful, it's like a crushed velvet green, and you've also got a lovely red in there for you as well. And, oh, I'm getting this, there's so much in here. You're then getting as well the embossing folder. So 4 different pots of embossing folders in here, colour matched for this collection. Embossing powders. Thank you, Charlotte. You've then got, of course, the patterned, you've then got, someone's been at this one, haven't they? You've then got your pattern papers in here. So let me share these with you. What I love about this is half of these are kind of quite classic. This half is like quite ethereal, a little bit enchanted, a bit mystical. And then what you've got are your real kind of classic Christmas style reindeer and stag imagery in here. Nice tartan backgrounds on there as well for you. So all colour matched beautifully. So you're going to get that included. And you're also getting this. Now, a full-on mirrored card pad. And this was the one that went yesterday. It is still available on its own individually. You've got those gorgeous golds in there. You've also got the beautiful blues, that lovely sort of deep plum colour, which is nice. The beautiful green in there as well. It always looks a little darker on camera than it really is in the flesh. And then that gorgeous pop of red in there. 20 sheets of that coming your way in the collection too. $77.99 or $99.95. Do you know what?
What?
You get triple points on this today.
No, you don't. Shut up.
You get triple points on it today. You didn't get it yesterday. Charlotte's like, oh yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah, you do. Platinum price for you, $62.39 or $79.96. Now, that's not all we have on the show. We're going to be spending some time on that a little later, but we've got to look firstly at the Matt and Laird. Now, we were also concerned about the stock on these. We did manage to get a little bit more for you. We still don't have anywhere near as much as we would like. 2 different items here for you then. So we'll start with the 5x7, which is these ones here. 10 dies in there for you, $12.99 or $14.95. $10.39 or $11.96 for platinum members, and then you've got your 6x6 as well, which is this one up here. They are 2 separate items. 85% of you were going for both in the earlier wake-up call, and you can see they are both available. $12.99 or $14.95. The 5x7 is just out in the lead at the moment. We did get a bit more stock, but it's not going to be enough, I don't believe. So, as Mr. Matt and Laird himself is here, we thought we'd start with these, Craig, didn't we?
We did, yeah. And the reason being is for quite a while now, I always show you how you can do your Matt and Laird onto the guillotine. But some of you were still saying, I'm still having a bit of issues, I still can't get it right. It would be good if you can then do your Matts and Lairs with some sort of dye. So, round about twice a year here in the UK, it's part of the build of Reindeer, Joe. It's in the That
was the other bit. Sorry, I missed a bit. Just to let you know. There you go. You do get that in the Reindeer collection as well. It had gone for a little trot over there on the other side of the studio.
Well, it had been at my side for some reason.
Oh, had it?
I don't need it. You need it.
It had flown away. Yeah. Oh, you just brought it over at the start of the show. That was what you were doing. I thought you were just generally being a little bit annoying. I didn't realise. I thought you were just trying to distract me at the start there. I didn't realise you were bringing his face just dropped. You will get this included as well, which is your joyful dear. Anyway, sorry, Craig. Enough about me. Back to you.
So the Matts and Lairs dies. So it's not just Matts and Lairs dies. Let's bring in the 5x7 ones, just to show you, and I'm going to be able to explain within a couple of minutes. I did say within Wake Up Call we'd spend a bit more time as to why I put these forward into our product development days. And these ones here, 5x7. Now the smallest one is 2.5 inch by 1/2 inch, and the largest is 7x5, and they're all 1/4 inch increments in total. So you can see within that one there, you have got your 10 dies in total. Now I just layered them up on 4mm foam pads so that you can see how they work, how they start to layer up on top of each other. So that one is your 5x7, then your 6x6. So these ones here have 11 dies in total, smallest one being 1 inch by 1 inch, and the largest one being 6x6. Now, part of the reason as well that I put that forward to product development, what I mean by that, if you've not seen Wake Up Call of that, round about twice a year, everyone here at Crafter's Companion has the option to put forward some maybe ideas that they've had that you guys would love at home, or things that you've suggested that we then put forward. One of the things was simple Matts and Lairs dies. Not overly big ones, not loads and loads of them, but simple ones at 1/4 inch increments. And the reason that I didn't want loads and loads of them, because there's been a couple saying, well, could you not put an extra layer in the middle of each of the ones I'm away to show you? And we could have, but there's a reason why in the kind of like the write-up that I put to Leanne and the team, why I thought it would be good to have them at a 1/4 inch increment. And this is the fact of, if we take this largest one, so to speak, what we tend to say, and not just us, but many companies in the craft market, this is the largest one. So imagine that as a full sheet of metal. That's what you're paying for. So usually what we do is we try and jam pack it full with die, so you're getting the best value for money. Now that works, but when it comes to things like nesting dies with straight edges, if we were to do that, that means we are taking all of that metal away from the die and filling it individually, which therefore makes them really, really flimsy. Now you'll maybe seen that with nesting dies you've got at home. So this is where my idea was, if we keep them at 1/4 inch and all that excess metal that would be in between gets put into each individual matte and layer die. So it makes them thicker, it makes them sturdier. You've not just got the die point, you've got about 1 mil or 2 at each side. So this is where you come in with your die cut machine, you go and do your die cutting with your cards, fabrics, anything like that. You're going to be safe in the knowledge. You're still going to secure it with low tack tape so it doesn't move, but it's not going to bend, it's not going to buckle, it's not going to snap. But also these are key sizes. Here in the UK, I know we do larger cards. We're starting to do smaller cards. You guys stateside do a lot more smaller ones. So these are, yes, they're going to be your mats and layers, but they're your card blanks as well. They're your tags as well. So if we bring in the 5x7, so I've just noticed there, I had the 6x6.
Everyone going for both at the moment, I'm hearing, Craig.
not-
Already going these, very, very busy, as we knew they would be. They've only been featured, I think, haven't they, on a wake-up call?
So
Is that right?
Jan had them in a show on Friday where it was kind of like the official launch.
Just in a wake-up call. It's the only time you've seen. So a lot of people will be seeing these for the first time this evening.
There will be, yeah, there will be as well. Now when it comes to the 5x7, this is where, think of your sentiments. Stamp on and no longer having to cut with the guillotine if you have issues with it. Try and get that thin layer, that thin part for your sentiment. Use this nice narrow one, or maybe the next one up, and use the relevant ones at side by side as the mats and layers. But as I was saying, so you can see all of them there on the screen. Yes, they're mats and layers and your card blanks, but then tags, not just rectangles. You're going to have your 6x6 as well. But these are then going to be your frames. These are going to be your frames for your shaker cards. These are going to be your aperture cards. What about your apertures for your home decor frames that you can do? Inapage, pyramage, foiling with them, which we're going to do later on within this show as well.
Could we cut foam sheets with these?
You can indeed. So that is a really, really good point, Joe. So either the 6x6 or the 5x7, if you've got our A4 foam pad sheets, why not cut your own little foam pad? Small, large, whatever, straight
Nice.
shape, it's going to do it. So yes, when you're thinking of mats and layers, you know, it's kind of does it as a bit of a, they are mats and layers dies, but a bit of a disservice by just thinking that they are the mats and layers. So we are going to be looking at a few products throughout the show, but we're going to do different things within the mats and layers dies, not just cards. The first thing we're going to start off with just shortly is the scrapbook page.
Awesome. Loads and loads of love for these. Very, very busy on them already. Lots of other great stuff in the show for you too. We've got an amazing craft kit in this show. We do have an Out of This World deal, a Monday mega deal. You'll find all the details for all of those over on the website. Loads of you saying hi as well. Kirsty Rotolo, I'm madly in love with that reindeer treat box. Absolutely, we have that on the show for you as well. We'll be showing you that in a little more detail as we go through the show. My iPad is not having a nice time tonight, Craig. It's being one of those things that it can be from time to time. Let's switch to the phone. Judy says, I absolutely love the paper pad for the reindeer collection. Caroline's gone for her matte and layer dies as well. Lucille says, the mirror card could double as a reflective shield for my tan whilst I'm watching poolside with a cocktail. I mean, you've got to make your craft stuff work for you. Mary says, well, Christmas collections always get me. It's my favourite holiday. Katie loving the concept of the matte and layers as well. And Mary Lee says, love the new matte and layer dies I ordered yesterday. Can't wait to get them. Love them that they have a beveled edge. I don't think I needed them, but after watching Craig, I had to get them. Gemma also says, well, I love the matte and layer dies. They are amazing. 100% recommend you get both sets. You will not regret it. And Mary says, great engineering as usual with the new matte and layer dies. So glad to know they are heavier than the really narrow ones that do bend. I ordered both sets yesterday. Can't wait to get them. That's a really good point, Craig. Those narrow ones out there. I've seen it before where people have not removed their tape first, but tried to just remove their die, and you end up with a sort of bent nesting die. That's not going to happen with these, is it?
No, it's not. As I said a moment ago, I'm still going to use my tape to secure them so that they don't move, but actually bending when they go through, you're not going to have that issue. So I thought, let's start off with a scrapbook page. And this is really going to show you the extent of how much you can be using them. So we showed you this one on Wake Up Call this morning. So this one being with Floyd and little Clemmy.
Aww.
Now with your scrapbook pages, I'm exactly the same. I want to do more, but it's the thought of printing them and then doing a nice little page, getting it all together. Whereas these are really quick and simple by using your mats and layers dies. And this is where, with the mats and layers, I will, 9 times out of 10, use my original Gemini, my A4 one, because you can do more die cutting within this one. Not to say you can't use the Junior, you absolutely can. It just means that you're going to have to do more die cutting because there's less space. But if you're at home and you don't have, or you don't have to rush, then of course you can then take your time and using your MIDI or your Junior. So what I've got to start with is I printed out 4 of these photos, and then what I'm going to do...
I love the one of Clemmy laid on Floyd. It's so adorable.
Not that tiny now, no.
Is she much bigger now?
Yeah, she's not that far off the size of Floyd.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, just about there and no more.
It's bonkers how quickly they grow, isn't it?
It is. It's so scary how quick that they grow. You know, before next time I see them, it's they're going to be even, Clemmy will be even bigger, that's for sure. But what I'm going to do here is I've gone in with a 5x7 and I'm going to roughly cut all the way round because then it means I can get a couple of
Is Floyd a
layers
Labrador?
cut. Sorry?
Floyd a Labrador?
Floyd, he is. He's a red setter Labrador, yeah. Red
He looks
setter.
a little bit like one of our old dogs, but she was a Rhodesian Ridgeback. She's got quite a similar looking face.
Really?
Hmm.
Oh. Yeah, he is a red setter. He is the most loveliest, couthiest dog you'll ever meet. Clemmy just plagues him rotten, but then he gives as good as he gets, that's for sure. So yeah, it's a lot of fun watching them play. But what I've done, on this die here, I used let me just double check. So if I tell you the measurements of the dies I'm using for the photos, you can work out the larger ones I'm using after. So this one is 3x5, and then with this next one, I'm going in with the 2.5 by 4.5. And what I wanted to show as well, not necessarily just around the nesting dies, or nesting dies, mats and layers dies, is although with the scrapbook page, although this is a sizable photo, what I'm doing is I'm only zoning in a certain area like I'm doing here. So you don't even have to use full focal point photos. I'm just picking out little section. So let's trim away that excess as well. And I can get this one in, let's pop it that way. And then I've got these 2 as well. So these ones, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with my, let's see, double check what one I'm going in with. This one is the 1.5 by 3.5. So I'm going to do this one first. So let's go in with my low tack tape. And I printed these out on photo paper, Joe. So what I'm doing is when I come in with my low tack tape, I'm making sure I put the tape on the die and then onto what will be the surrounding part of the photo, because the low tack tape will pull the ink off the photo paper if you're not careful. So I am being careful with that one. And then this die here, what I want is I also want to do it with this photo here, but I'll do it separately in a moment. So I'm going to go in with my plastic magnetic top plate and then run that one through. So then the sizes that I've used there, what I'm going to do, the next size up, I'm going to do that in some yellow, and then the next size after that I'm going to do in blue, which the pattern paper and the pearl card I'm using is from Sarah's garden party collection, in case anyone wants to know. So what I'm going to do is let's take these ones. So I've got that photo, I've got that photo there, and I've got that one. So what I'm going to do, while we get the cardstock ready for the other layers, I'm going to go back. Now this small one, you'll be able to do that through your mini, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this one through while I'm getting my cardstock ready for the other layers.
With the dice dies like this. I mean, if you love the idea of scrapbook, maybe you're a card maker, Craig, maybe you do lots of different types of crafting, but scrapbooking isn't really your thing, or it's something maybe you don't think you have the know-how to do, these, or this scrapbook page you're showing us now here, Craig, if you can die cut, you can do this, can't you? Because these dies do all the mats and layers, everything you need. You just need a photo, some cardstock, and you just need to be able to cut it out. I think it makes it so simple.
It does. It really, really does. You know, because I would never think twice about doing it with my guillotine, and you know, you all know that. But what I've found since I got a hold of these a couple of weeks ago, and actually Jan was saying the same today when I was speaking to her, both of us have got them just sitting on the side of our craft desk.
Jan waxed lyrical about them for 2 hours today. She used them in several demos earlier.
I'm not surprised. I am not surprised whatsoever.
Some questions coming in, Craig. Mary would like to know what's the size of the smallest die on both sets.
So the smallest one, when it comes to the 6x6, is 1 inch by 1 inch. And then the smallest from the 5x7 is 2.5 inches by 1/2 inch.
Awesome.
So that's the smallest on each of them. So I've got my photos now. So what I'm going to do with this one, with the yellow card, let's go the next size up. And then what I'm going to do, let's see, next size up. And then let's go next size up, which we're going to do there. So I can run this one through. And then we're going to take this one out. And then using this blue cardstock, which is still from the garden party, we're going to go to the next size up. And then what we can do is we can assemble the scrapbook page.
A lot of people got their hands on that cardstock in the craft countdown from yesterday as well. It was in the craft countdown, so I bet loads of people got that coming to them, yeah.
Ah, but there we go then. So if you do like these papers and you want to, you know, do something similar with your photos, then you can 100% do that, because if that was in the countdown. So I need that second one again for one of these photos, so I'm going to run it through. And then what I was about to say as well a minute ago, if you're new to crafting or die cutting, or maybe you've just never heard that cracking sound before, that's normal. You'll tend to find that happening with brand new plates, or even if they're well used and well loved, anything that is straight edged, which these do, you'll sometimes find that you're going to hear some cracking noises, and that's just the plastic, or that's the die going into the plastic, so don't worry about it. It's completely normal. It's actually quite satisfying to hear it.
I like it.
I like it too. I do. And then last but not least, what I'm going to do is trim that excess off, flip my plate, and then what we can do, so that was the largest one that I used there, so let's go that one, and then this one I need to go into this one, and then last but not least, which is that one, so I need to go into there.
So cool, you don't even need to like think about it. It's just size 1, size 2, size 3.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Yeah. I'm not actually even paying attention to the actual measurement size of the dies. All that I'm doing is I'm just matching up. That's what I've done. Right, I need the next one.
And you don't even need to get them straight on the cardstock. I mean, as long as they're not overlapping or they're, you know, as long as they're on the cardstock in their entirety, you're going to get that perfect mat.
No, you're right, but if I'd done that straight, what about home decor frame?
Yeah.
Use the aperture bit, put your photos in the back.
Great
so you
idea.
can create your own.
Jan created a card earlier actually, and the aperture that she was left with was probably equally as impressive as the card style itself that she came up with. Loads of people still loving this. Aish says, love the scrapbooking pages Craig has been doing lately. They've been really great. Jacqueline says, I bought these dies on launch day, can't wait to get them. Like I said, I struggle with mat and layering, so it's a game changer. I will continue to practice doing it, but this is nice to have these. Chrissy says, I'm doing scrapbooking. I'm going on a scrapbooking weekend this Friday to Sunday. These would have been great to have. I have to order in time for the next trip. And Carol says, I like that the layering dies will leave a pressed edge on the dies. Can't wait to get them.
They do, you know, and it was something, I know it's a lot harder to see on the screen, but it gives you that nice little pressed edge all the way around. It's full straight edge, it's not scalloped, it's nothing like that, you know, you just wanted some straight edge dies, but you do get that little slight debossed all the way around, which works a little treat when it comes to your layers. And then last but not least, Joe, let's do one more with this one here.
Joy says, oh, Craig, so handsome with your new haircut.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I like it. It looks a bit different. It's a little bit short at the sides and a little bit longer here.
Brent asked me that earlier on today, Brent,
good.
in the office, he was saying, you had your hair to something a bit different. I was like, not really, I just asked for what I usually do.
Oh, I think it's a little bit longer on the side pieces here and a little bit shorter on this bit here.
Does suit it?
Yeah, I do. You've got
That's
a bit
the
of a
main
sort
thing
of
then.
G.I. Craig style going on, which I like.
G.I. Craig?
G.I. Craig, yeah.
G.I. Craig. G.I. Craig. Oh, I quite like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm going to be singing that all night now. G.I. Craig. But here we go. Bringing these ones in. I'm going to layer them up. And I've gone in with the 2 layers on each of them. But of course, what you can then do is maybe just do the 1 layer. You might want to do 3. That's up to yourself. What I'm then going to do is let's go in. Now the yellow layer onto the blue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do that flat here. And although that it's a scrapbook page, and both of these, although they are identical, the chances are, Joe, I'm not going to put them into a scrapbook. I'll probably put them on my wall or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the photo on with some foam pads to give it a little bit of lift. These ones that I'm using are 3mm. So you can still go in with some height if you want.
Jan not only was using your matte and Laird dies, she was also using loads of foam pads today as well.
Was she?
She's coming for you.
Ah, brilliant. I've converted her.
You have.
Converted her to the foam pad side. Just need to get Miss Robinson into the foam pads.
Oh, you'll never separate it from a
I don't
chunky glue.
think so. That's like saying separating me from the foam pads, isn't
Absolutely,
it?
it's not going to happen.
Never.
Diana Billsland says, I've got these in my cart ready to order. Lots of you are ordering these. These will sell out in the coming days and we will absolutely reorder them, but they will be weeks or months until we get them back in stock. They won't be on Triple Points. Triple Points is only for today, remember. It ends at midnight wherever you are, so you've only got about 4.5 hours to take advantage of it if you're in the UK. Is that right? Have I got that wrong? No, I've got that right. 4.5 hours if you're here in the UK. A little bit longer if you are across the pond. So yes, make sure you do grab a hold of them whilst they're in stock and whilst you've got the Triple Points on there as well.
I just find there's so many ways in which you'll be able to use them. And like you say, taking advantage with that triple point.
Jan did like a faux matte and layering earlier where she sort of cut every single one, Craig, and then removed 1 layer of each. So it kind of looked matte and layered, but it was completely flat, which I thought was very clever.
Well, I'll need to go back and watch that. I didn't
it's very
catch that
clever.
because I was actually managed to get caught up with all my emails. I managed to do it.
No unread ones left now.
No unread ones.
I'm going to send you one right now just so you've got 1 unread email in your account.
You better not. Better not. You probably will as well. So yeah, I'll need to go back and see what Jan done. But yeah, these were going to be used well with your A4 foam pad sheets as you were on about earlier on, Joe. And you can cut into your foam pads. I wonder, when we go back to you just shortly, I'm going to see if I can hunt an A4 foam pad sheet. And then we can show you that shortly as well.
Okie doke.
But what I'm then going to do, the reason I've done 4 instead of 3, like maybe I would usually do, is a way about piecing them together. It's the way that they are shaped, the way that I've done them, it creates kind of like a block. So what I can then do is I'm going to go in. Now I'm not going to go in and add a sentiment or the butterflies because there's loads that we want to show you throughout the show. So what I'm going to do is I'll pop these ones in and I'll show you the finished example once again as to what it could look like if you start to decorate it. But it goes to show that at least this page anyway, I've done from scratch. No card was cut, everything was full size, and I've done it in front of your eyes. So all that you would want to do is add a little bit of decoration if that's your choice. But if we go in, layered all these up, not thinking about the measurements, just kept going the next size up, and then there we go. Maybe a sentiment in the middle, a few butterflies like we'll show you in a second, but there's that one. And then if I bring that one in, exactly the same sentiment. That was from our jigsaw collection, and then some of the layered butterflies with a few pearls to finish off.
And the other great thing about it is you haven't got to worry about, on your guillotine, what's a quarter of an inch less than that, what's a half inch less than that. In fact, you could just number them, number them as in your head as dies 1 to 10.
You can.
And then that's a great way for you to be able to use them. These are the 10 sizes that you're going to get. It's going to cut out 10 different dies in there for you, which is amazing. That is your 5x7 5x7 size that you've got just there. And then also we've got them in another option as well, which is your 6x6 size that you've got there as well. Match my shirt, don't they?
They do.
They really do, yeah. They match my shirt. Excellent. Right. Lots of you chatting away. Lots of you watching as well, which is awesome. Wilma Frank says, missed everyone whilst on vacation. Craig's making me want a puppy. Vicky Cook says, thanks for the inspiration, Craig. I've got hundreds of photos that I need to sort as well. Really great if you've got big photos, Craig, and you want to cut them down a little bit as well. Now, let's move on. I want to share with you a brand new Explorers kit that you've got available at the moment. So let's go through these. These are our Aqua markers that we've got for you. You get 2 full packs of the Aqua markers in here, which is absolutely excellent. So you've got 12 in this one. These are your primaries. This one here is, and in there you're going to receive scarlet, crimson, burgundy, orange, gold, yellow. You've got aquamarine, teal, navy purple, magenta, and red violet. You also get in there as well the florals, which are really lovely, a really lovely bright pop of colour here with these ones. In there you've got begonia, rose pink, blossom marigold, jasmine, sunflower, meadow, bud green, leaf green, orchid heather, and wildflower there too. You will get the watercolour, Spectrum Nile watercolour pad in here. It's 9x12, 300 GSM, which is the perfect. It's the perfect pad for you to use. And you've then got the Flagstone Finesse waterproof ink pad within there too, which is the perfect ink pad to stamp out your imagery with as well. Right. The Out of This World deal is the next one we need to take a little look at. The Out of This World deal is brilliant. We only hold it for 24 hours. It's when we bring you one of your favourite items at an absolutely unbelievable price. And that's what we've done here with this. It is 50 sheets of our metallic Centura Pearl. We really struggled to keep this one in stock. £100. It's an amazing deal, Craig. It's £100. Should be £15 today. £100. £10. You can get 10 of them for £100 or $14. That goes down to £8 or $11.20 for platinum members. So you're looking at 40 pence a sheet for platinum members. So you've got your rose gold, pale silver, the green gold, the bronze, and the copper. In the wake-up call, Craig, I was able to instantly work out what that was per sheet in the US. However, the day has progressed, and those kind of math levels are no longer achievable with an hour and a half to go at the end of the day. Let's do it, actually. Let's go. So it's $5.50, 56 cents per sheet, I think is what it would be if you're in the US, if you're a platinum member. Is that correct, Johnny? Amazing. See, I don't know why I doubted myself. Right, we're going to go back to the Reindeer collection. Very, very busy on this. As it was only launched yesterday, was extremely busy. Hundreds of you pre-ordered it, hundreds of you went for it in the show. Let me take you back through exactly what you are going to get in here. Then you're going to get this one firstly. This is your Joyful Deer. Really excellent to put together this one in lots of different textures. Richard.
Is my mic on?
Oh, do it again. Do it again.
You Virginia Doubtfire, dear. You like me saying that, don't you?
Sorry?
You like me saying that, don't you?
Love it when you say that.
Doubtfire.
So you've got that one there. What? You're basically heckling me now. What are you saying now?
I wouldn't say the other one.
What one?
I'm not doing the other
What is
impression.
it? I don't know what the other one is.
She gets her bag pinched.
What? I can't remember.
Hello! Oh, it must look like a yeti to you, dear. Anyway, carry on.
This is why they've stopped us doing shows in the evening together, you see. We've also got the Opulent Deer, which is this one just here. A beautiful embossing folder there. Very sassy, this one. I could see with a few of glossy highlights on there would look beautiful. That goes beautifully with your Dashing Deer. And of course, then you've got the Winter Stag here too. You've got another embossing folding for you, which is the Winter Woodland. I think you're going to use that all the year through. Would go great with like the Autumn Blessings collection, the Woodland Friends collection. This would work with too. You've then got some foil sentiments. You've got Merry Christmas and also Season's Greetings. And then you've got a really lovely foil stamp here, which is your Elegant Deer. Then we can move into our sentiments. So sentiments are the outside, peace on earth, season's greetings, have a magical Christmas. Then we've got more, which are more like verses for the inside of your projects. You've got things like, I don't know what's going on at the moment, Craig. I can't read these from behind. I don't know why. I'm going to sort of come around a little bit.
But you can't.
Oh, shall I just pull it the other, shall I just read it the other way? Okay. Hi. Warmest thoughts and best wishes for a wonderful holiday season. May you never be too old to search the skies on Christmas Eve. Warmest thoughts and best wishes for a wonderful holiday season. May the miracle of Christmas fill your heart with wonder and joy. And if kisses were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard, is what that one says. We then have...
Charlotte's not really digging these days,
Charlotte,
is she?
what's wrong, Charlotte? What's up? Are you sure? Are you all right? Okay, she's okay. She said all of that in a baby voice, I'll have you know. We've then got the embellishments. So you've got 100 self-adhesive gems in here. Should we have a little look at those? Thank you. We've then got as well your crushed velvet ribbon in there as well, which is fantastic. Also in here, next slide please, you've then got your embossing powders in there in the 4 different colour matched tones as well. And those colour matched tones, of course I'm talking about, are the ones that are here in the paper pads for you. Brilliant thing about this particular paper pad is you've got 2 clear defined different styles within here. So you've got this one which is a bit sort of Scandinavian, Northern Lights, a bit enchanted, and then what we also have is, we skip forward a bit, is you've got very classic, I'm going to call it is a little bit Scottish in feel.
See that
isn't
one
it?
there? I want to fussy cut that.
This one?
Yeah,
perfect. Absolutely perfect. And love lots of layers in here as well. It's got a bit of a sort of distressed vintage tone to it, which is lovely. And of course the colour match tartan on the back of there. Then we've also got the mirrored cardstock for you as well. This is fantastic. So in here you get the red, which is lovely. You're going to get the green, that lovely deep plum as well, as well as like the blue. And also the gold in here as well, which is fantastic. We managed to get more stock of the 12x12 and of the mirror card. They are both available individually, and in fact what a lot of you are doing in this show is what you did yesterday. A lot of you are going for extras of the 2 card pads, the embossing powders, and the embellishments as well. If you're spending £45 or dollars or more on individual items, either away from the collection or in conjunction with the collection, you will save an extra 10%, which is amazing. So you can see all the individuals available over on the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. Hit the shop the show button, and you'll see absolutely everything that's there for you. Don't forget triple points as well, just for today, up until midnight, wherever you are. Joe Holzer says this reindeer collection is incredible. It really, really is. Right, anyway, we're going to go back to Craig. We've got loads still to go, haven't we, Craig?
We have indeed. We're going to have a look at this reindeer collection. Well, what to say as well, the stamp set that Joe was showing you, now I pointed it out yesterday morning, just want to point it out again. What you'll find, 2 of the sentiments or the verses are exactly the same. Different font. So the warmest thoughts and best wishes for a wonderful holiday season, and then you've got exactly the same underneath, 2 different fonts. That's on purpose. That is meant to be. So don't worry, don't think that there's been a mistake. What the team have done is within this one here, the font's more like one that you could put on the front of a card, whereas this one, with that nice elegant font, what you're going to be doing, if you want, is use that one more of the insert of your card. So they do know about it. It is on purpose. It's not a mistake. So you've got 2 exactly the same sentiments, but within different fonts. So just want to make that clear that it was meant to be. But here we go, let's use kind of a collection with foil press stuff in it and not use the foil press, kinda. So what we're going to do is let's do the foiling to start with. So we are going to need our sentiment and our reindeer as well. So let's go in with our foil press reindeer. So what I'm going to do is let's take this one off, which we're all good. And then let's use the Merry Christmas sentiment too. So what I'm going to do, when it comes to the reindeer, I'm going to do it in green. And then the sentiment, I'm going to do it in red. So let's go in with a reindeer. So for this one, you'll have noticed as well, I've still stuck with the large Gemini. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use extender plate because I know you guys love seeing that. It's not something that we show enough of, so we're going to do that one. So I'm already switched on. We're on green, which means we're good to go. So for a reindeer this size here, what I'm doing is I'm going to put it on at 10 seconds. So I can then put my carbon plate back on and press start. What I'm then doing is bringing in some of my green foil.
We do have a great bundle of foils available on this show, you know, Craig. Very rare we see them all bundled together, isn't it? Go check them out on the website. You get...
It's not often that we see them, no.
11 of them, Craig, for £30 or $38. Amazing. 30% saving on those too.
And that's the papercraft ones, isn't it?
Is indeed, yeah.
So that is, although it says papercraft foils, that is the ones that you're going to be using for majority of your foiling. You know, your glitter card, vellum, acetate, all these different mediums as well. So that's going to be the perfect one. So
awesome. Carrie's got a great name. Carrie Hannibal. Love that.
I like that.
I got the reindeer collection from H&M, but we're so happy to be able to order extra paper pads today. That's a great point. All the pads, every single individual element, totally available to get right now, which is fantastic.
Fab. Rightio, I'll do the reveal. Here we go. So we are going to take this one off. Now,
ooh,
you can see that it's foil, but look at all of that overfoiling. That's so
what's caused
so
that then,
much.
Craig?
Sorry?
What's caused that?
So there's a couple of things it could be. The main one, believe it or not, is 10 seconds is even way too much for it.
Too long for a wee deer.
For a wee deer. And then the other thing as well is the fact of, I put it on, I thingied about for a second, I was thinking about with my foils. So what I'm going to do is take another bit.
Are you not going to faff around so long this time?
Not this time, no.
No.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come down all the way to 6 seconds. Other thing I'm going to do as well, just want to make sure that I don't have lots of excess card about. So what we can then do, what have I done with it? Here it is, right on top of my card. So what I'm going to do is pop that one on, press start. I'm going to set that one on.
Did you know, Craig, baby reindeers or young reindeers, the females have spots on their head and the boys have spots on their bum? Oh, just deers in general, sorry, all
just
deers.
Deers?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Little girls have spots on their head and little boys have spots on their bum.
Oh, okay. Did not know that.
Yeah.
Did you learn that yesterday?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, things
One
were
of our
learned.
lovely viewers
Things
told
were
us.
learned.
Yeah. Linda Vasquez says, just got my foil press yesterday, got the extender plate. I'm a little intimidated, I haven't tried it yet. Glad to see you using the foil press today. There you are. Make sure you go back and check out one of Craig's foil press 101s because they are awesome over on our website.
They are indeed. So we've got this one foiled. So now I've got the opposite, Joe. So I've gone a little bit under foiling.
Oh no.
So what I've gone is maybe 6 is too low. So what I'm going to do, let's put it back in, and then I'm going to go up to 8. The other thing that I am going to do, now I don't think it's going to make a difference, but I've got the fan blowing in my direction. So I'm going to turn it off. It's not going to make much of a difference. So then what we can do, I don't have any green left at the moment, so let's go in with our red. Now within this one here, because it is so small, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to 4 seconds for this one. I'm going to go in with my red foil. So what I can then do is I'm going to pop that one on here, and then I'm going to press start. So that's going to do the countdown. There we go. And then I'm going to go in with my foil. Let's go in with my cardstock. And again, we're going to layer it up. So then we can feed that one through. Fingers crossed, we're not going to have that same issue this time. But we'll have a look as it comes out. So yes, trial and error sometimes with your foil. And certainly if you're not sure about the size of the image, you'll have seen there firsthand that what I done is I had a play 10 seconds, then down to 6, and then a bit further. Now you see, I'm still having that same issue. Now I'm going to be totally honest with you, Joe. This is bamboozling me.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
You are the king of the floor press.
Let me see. I'm going to change my Gemini. It could be that the one we're using is relatively new, and it's got a lot of pressure.
And do you find that it's a case of getting used to your Gemini and your foil press together?
Absolutely. Absolutely. What I always say as well, to start with, always follow the matrix that is within the book, but then you begin to know your machine. You begin to obviously know the environment. If your room is boiling hot all the time, then it's going to make a difference from when you're starting up by heating, because if you go into a cold room and start off, it's going to take longer to heat. So yeah, have a little bit of a play about with it. So what I'm going to do this time, once again, I'm going to go in I need to do the countdown first. The other thing I'm going to not do this time is put my carbon plate on the top, because that could be helping to retain that heat in. So let's go in with our foil. Let's go in with our top, and then we can then slide that one out, and then running this one through. So as that grabs, it's going to go through as well. I bet you a lot of you at home will be thinking, phew, I'm glad it happens to him as well. Because usually I come in, just take it through and that's it done. But it does happen, you know, it goes to show it does happen to us. So what I'm going to do, much better, much better. So I have a feeling that that one that I just used a minute ago is a relatively new Gemini, and what it's got is got incredible power, which we know, but sometimes if it's brand new, what you're doing is that intense pressure with the foil press can be a little bit too much sometimes. So we've got that one, and then what I'm going to do is let's set this one to the side. Do you know what? Let's do it again. Joe, can you give me a minute so I can find some green foil? Because the one thing I don't want to do is just bring in the one that I've done before and go, this is what it looks like.
Yes.
I want to try and sort it in front of your eyes so that you can see what to do. So if you give me a minute, I'll look for green foil and then we can come back and carry on.
All right, sounds great. Lots of you still chatting away, very, very busy on the reindeer collection. The great thing is, we didn't think we'd be in a position yesterday where we could bring back the same launch deal. We thought we'd be bringing you back a smaller collection. We have managed to get more of those paper pads, so this is repeating the launch offer. You're also getting triple points, which you didn't get yesterday. You know, we didn't know this was going to happen yesterday. I'll quickly whiz you back through exactly what you get in here. So in here, you're going to receive the Joyful Deer, which is this one here. You can really play around with this one, customize it, use the Santa hat, the antlers, that's what they are. You've then got, the word just escaped me then, I don't know what's going on. You've then got this one here, which is the Opulent Deer, that beautiful embossing folder. I love this die here that you've got, which goes well with that folder. You've got the traditional sort of winter stag style imagery on the die there. Then you've got this one, which is your winter woodland. I think you'll find lots of different uses for this with and away from this collection. Then you've got a couple of sentiments here. So you've got Merry Christmas and also Season's Greetings, which are these ones. You then have the Elegant Deer, you've got your sentiments and then also your verses within here too. You're also going to get the embossing powders, which are in an assortment of colours to colour match the rest of the collection, and the same when that comes down to your self-adhesive gems and also the ribbons that you're receiving in there. Let me then quickly just grab this one here. Let me grab that one. And this one here is your 12 by 12 papers. Now, the great thing is, what you've got in here is some sort of real classic imagery, but then also this wonderful sort of mystical style of imagery in here too. So you can see the classic imagery, these ones here, that sort of very classic winter stag, Christmas, reindeer style imagery. So it really is, across the whole collection, it's kind of two different styles of reindeer within the one collection. So that's great because you can make two very different styles of card, Craig, from one collection. It's almost sort of a bit of a 2-4. Then you've got this amazing mirror card. I don't remember seeing a full-on 12 by 12 mirror card pad before. I don't know if we've done one for one collection, but it's been a long time.
It has, yeah.
Yeah, you got that included too. You can go for extra the 12 by 12s, either of them. They are all available. Platinum member 6239 or 79.96 to get all of that. Right, I believe Craig's ready.
Let's go for it. Yeah, so I've found some more of our green foil. So what I'm going to do is, I've gone up to 6 seconds this time. So what I'm going to do, popping that on, I'm going to press start. I am going to pop my carbon plate. It's more of a security blanket, so to speak, for me with the foil press. So I'm popping that one on. And then I'm going to do shiny side down, cardstock, and then our carbon plate. So let's slide this one out, and then we're going to feed that one up. So fingers crossed this time that it's going to work. At least I've found out what the issue was. So now it's just trial and error with the time. So if anything, I would think I may need to go up a second or two, but let's have a look and see. Yep. Few more seconds, but you can see there is a big difference already. So I'm going to go up to 8.
Some people asking if the treat box is included. No, it is separate. You wanting to go for it separately. It's available on its own individually. We'll share those details with you in a little while. It was Kirsty that was asking that. Heidi says it's one big reason we love you, Craig. You keep going until it's right.
Absolutely. The thing is, and I know the rest on the team would do the same. I know it's time dependent, but the last thing that I want to do, I know the thing is, it's one of those things, you see me doing the foil press time and time again, so you know how well it works and how much I love it. But it does happen sometimes for certain reasons, and I don't want to bring in, oh, do you know what, it'll be fine, sort it yourself, here's one we made earlier. It's not the point. You need to see how to rectify things. So let's go in this time. Oh my gosh, what is going on tonight?
Oh no, 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 no.
Right, tell you what we're going to do. Let's do one more without the carbon plate on the top. And if it doesn't work, then I'm going to have to, on this occasion, admit defeat and see what can be done, because it could be that it is our foil press machine.
Is it one of those things you'll get home tonight and go, oh, that was it?
It's one of those things I'm going to go home and it's going to bug the life out of me.
You're going to be up till 4 a.m. sorting it out?
Yeah, but we'll get to the bottom of it. But let's do the countdown. I'm not doing it with the carbon plate.
Someone is asking how long the ribbons are. Great question. I'm not sure. I'm going to ask Johnny to try and find out. I don't think it says on the packet.
No.
Maybe it will say in the description on the website.
Right. Let's try again, and then let's see. I'll be honest, I have no faith in it now. Got no faith. Let's take... No.
Nearly.
It's nearly.
Just there. What, is there anything you could remove that a little bit of overfoiling with at home?
It depends. If you've got an eraser, sometimes that works when it comes to material and that, but what you'll find when it comes to cardstock, usually that is it set in stone. So I think what we're going to have to do on this one, we're going to have to abandon ship, but what I will do, I'm trying to think, I think I'm in most of tomorrow. So what I'll do is I will do a video, or I will do a live from home where we'll get it sorted and we'll do it. So if you've got the reindeer collection, maybe just got the foil press, you're thinking, oh gosh, he can't get it to work. What we'll do is we'll get it sorted and we'll do either a video or a live to show you how to get it done. Because it's either Don't think it's the Gemini because we're fixed that. I'm wondering if it's our foil.
Because you've prepped it, yeah, I'm guessing you prepped it at home and had no issues with it. So,
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope,
brilliant.
absolutely fine with my one. So this is where
Okey-doke.
I'm beginning to think.
We will investigate.
We will.
Right, it's very, very busy out there at the moment. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to check those baskets out. So whilst you do that, here is all the details of US delivery. Take a look.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
All the details there of Club Inspire and the US shipping conditions as well, which is awesome. Now, we're going to move on. We're going to move on to this for you, which is the beautiful Reindeer treat box. Now, this is so, so cool. You're going to be able to decorate this up using the dies. You've got the stencil to make the main body of it there as well. This one's super sturdy. Absolutely incredible if you want to use multiple layers. And, of course, you can do that. This is what you're getting. This is how it comes to you. The finished box is 2.6 inches by... 2 point... Why can't I read that? 2.6 by 5 by 1.7. Yeah. Gosh, there was 3 numbers there, Craig, and it really threw me for a second. Right, this is what it cuts out, and then that, of course, is how these come together, which is fantastic. I need to let you know, though, that when it launched this yesterday, half the stock now of this treat box has sold out and gone. It's not in the main collection. You will need to go for it individually. What a great price though, $12.99 or $14.95 to be able to create these really distinctive boxes. They make great little sort of table favours, I'm thinking, Craig.
What about as well Christmas time, if you do happen to have balloons about, you know, maybe put as a
balloon
weight
weight,
at
great
the bottom.
idea.
Yeah, to weight down the balloons, that would be good.
Really, really awesome. Very, very busy on these. How easy are they to put together?
They really, really are easy, and in actual fact, we're ready to show you right now. So let me just get a pen. I would be using a pencil at home, but so that you can see it a bit better, I'm going to use a fine line pen. And it's a stencil base. You do have the dies that are going to add the detail and the decoration, but the main working of it is a stencil. So what I'm going to do is I've brought in some Centura Pearl, so within this one here that you can see, and I'm going to use my low tack tape just to hold it into place. As we know by now, if many of you don't, you will now that I don't tend to like using the temporary sprays on stencils or anything like that. For me, it just gunks them up a bit too much. So I prefer to hold them into place with some of our tape. And then what I'm going to do into all of the cut lines. I'm going to go round and I'm following. So we're going to go in. And what you can then be doing at home, and what I've done with a few that I've done, is I've actually drawn the lines on the back, so onto the non-coloured side. It just means when it comes to folding and scoring them, you're not going to see any of the pencil or pen lines. But I am purposely doing this so that you can see, because I do have one already cut. So you'll need to do this twice. So this is going to create your treat box. But what you're going to do is you're going to do a little bit of snipping in a moment, because you don't actually need this full base bit, only part of it. So work our way around, following the lines into here. Let's finish that one off. And then if I remove that one, you can see you've got that outline. Good to go for you to then cut out. So I'm not going to do it all, Joe, but what I would then do is I would come along and then I would cut by following all these lines. The outlines, what you don't need to cut are these two and these four here, because that's what's going to be the tab for your box or your treat box. So you would come in, cut. If you have an electric die cutting machine, a Cameo or a scan and cut, anything like that, you can use the scissor function or the blade function on the machine as the scissors to cut it out. So scan it in and cut it out if you wanted to. But you would then continue to go all the way around and you'd be left with this shape here. And this is what I mean by, when I've been doing them, I've been doing it onto the back of the card so that you're not going to see that. So let's take these bits out the way. I'll move that to the side because I can use that another day.
Heidi's asking if you can run the stencil through the machine with the embossing mat to get the lines, Craig.
You could do, yeah. You're going to get a very, very, very fine line, but it will do the trick just and no more. So yeah, give that a shot. So then what I'm going to do, down these two lines and these four lines, what I'm going to do is I'm going to score. So I'm going to go lightly and a few times. So I'm going to go into these ones here and here. So following the line, and this is where on your scoreboard, if you do a black line right down the centre at the 4-inch mark, it's this sort of thing that it really helps with, because I can see the black mark there, the black line, so I know that's now straight. So follow that line. So as much as I don't do it on my one, I can completely see why many do, because it is a little gem of a line to follow. So there is that one. So what I need to do as well, just once more, I need to go along the base of the neck here. So now that I've done one, what you would then do is take the other one and then you would snip these two tab parts off. So you're going to be left with the head and then also this square that we can see here. So that means what I can then do is start to fold these over. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to fold these ones in, I'm going to give them a good burnish. So we're going to go into here, fold in this one exactly the same, also giving it a burnish. What I'm then going to do, for the sake of the show, I'm going to use my tape runner, which will do the trick, absolutely will. But what I will do, because it's construction, I would use our tacky glue. That's what I would use when I'm at home. But let's go in with my tape runner. So I'm going to add my tape on all four tabs. There, and in there. And then what I'm going to do, let's turn it, there we go, that way for you to see. I'm going to turn this tab in. I'm going to do it just before the ear that we can see here. Then what I'm going to do is, I need to come a little bit further in. I'm coming in, so if we see down in this bottom corner, I want to do it so that it's not completely seen. So we've got a little bit just popping out. I'm going to do the same at this side, so I want to make sure I've kind of got the same sort of distance. So let's move that one there. So I'm going to press, so we'll give a good adhere to that one. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to then come along with this one. And what I done yesterday, and in actual fact, Joe, I would be inclined to have done it now. The bottom part, what I would then do, I've left it on, that's why. I've done exactly what I should have done. Let's take this one in, and then I'm going to slide that one into the base here. I'm going to trim that little bit. Oh, this is going so well.
I think it's okay, Craig.
I just can't do it, Joe.
What are you crying for?
I just can't do it. I can't do it. Sliding that one in here into the base, and then what we can do is fold that one in and fold that one in. That gives us a really nice sturdy base. Let's fold, fold, press and press. So we've got our little treat box coming together. And then what I can do now is I can go in with some other bits and pieces of cardstock, and I'm going to come in with a decoration die, and we're going to do some die cutting and die cut all these elements into the cardstock.
Fantastic. Sharon Horn is asking, what is the best paper to use for making boxes like this, Craig?
I would highly recommend, I would say round about a 300 GSM. I would say anything from about 280 to 350, I would say.
So sort of stamping card, craft card, all going to work well for this?
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Brilliant. Any other questions that you've got about this collection or anything else in the show, get them into me. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're across on YouTube. Don't forget as well that this treat box is not included in the main Reindeer collection. If you want to get your hands on it, it's available right there on your screen now. 50% of the stock, over half the stock is now sold out and gone. However, you will get triple points, but only for today, wherever you are up until midnight. So make sure you take advantage of those who come back tomorrow for this. Of course, you can get it. It will be in stock. You will not get the triple points.
It's a win-win today, isn't it?
It really is, isn't it? It's a proper treat yourself Tuesday.
It's nice when these little treats happen, because this is when it's me, this is when I come along and I think, right, what adhesives do I need? What cardstock do I need? Basically take advantage of the triple points. But what I can do is I'm going to go in, and if I'm going to fit that way, just and no more. Let's run this one through. Many of these, as you will see, if not actually all of them, they'll all go through your mini and your go. Obviously the stencil won't, but you would draw around that one. But all these remaining ones, these would go through the go. So kiddies and that, once again, they could have fun making little treat boxes for their friends or for Christmas presents, or maybe even a Christmas tree decoration. Imagine making quite a few of them and then hanging them on the Christmas tree. You could do that.
I'll just have a little look at what's happening tomorrow here on Crafters TV, Craig. I was just checking my schedule on my watch. Amazing day tomorrow. You and I back in the morning for Wake Up Call, which will be lovely, won't it, midday? A craft along tomorrow as well, which will be fantastic. And then also, that's with Debbie Robinson. And also, we have Creative Cravings, again, also with Debbie tomorrow as well. So it's a Craig, Debbie day. I mean, what a great day that is.
It's going to be a good day, isn't it? It's going to be a good day all round. Looking forward to it.
Jan Baker says, hi boys, great to see the foil press. I've ordered all of the dies for the foil press. Also, Deborah says, Craig, you are doing good. Hang in there. The day is almost over. I've been having that kind of day as well. Craig wasn't having that kind of day, was you, Craig?
I wasn't, no.
No, he's having a great day. Even got time for a little afternoon nap.
Oh, don't tell everyone's missing.
Oh, Craig, I have an afternoon nap most days.
Oh,
I can be quite often found on the sofa between shows, having 30 winks.
Having what?
30 winks.
30 winks. I went home and I'd done little bits of prep for the show, but I did, yes. I went to have a lie down.
You had a big day yesterday,
recharge
Craig.
My batteries. Proper lie down, into bed, Johnny, and a proper fall asleep in bed as well, and proper woke up with the alarm.
You've got me, you took the words out of my mouth, Charlotte. What I want to know is, how do you nap at home, right? So it's two options for me. I never get undressed in the daytime to get into bed. If you get undressed, it just doesn't feel right getting undressed and getting under the sheets. Two options for me. I've got a good napping sofa, Craig. I have throws over like each arm of the sofa. So it's shoes off, take one of the throws off the arms, put it over, sleep there. If I get into bed, I get on top of the mattress and the duvet, and then I bring the duvet over. So I like cocoon myself. There are my two options. How do you nap?
Just have a lie in under the duvet.
Under the duvet, fully clothed.
Yeah.
Fully clothed under the duvet. I find that's a lot of cloth on cloth. I find it a little restrictive. Charlotte? She does what I do. Johnny? Sofa. There you are. How do you do it? Let me know. Crafters TV, Crafts Companion. Could start a debate here, Craig.
Could do. We could do. Right, let's carry on decorating this one off. So what I've done is I've gone in with the little circle die. This is creating that decoration on the front of its head, its forehead. You said what it was called, didn't you, Joe? Or
I don't know the real word. Freckles, I think.
Freckles.
Freckles, I think
on
it might
the
have been.
female, did you say?
On the female, the young females on the head, the young males on the bottom.
Right, okay.
On the rump, I believe it's called.
On the rump.
Yeah.
Do love a bit of rump steak. I like steak. Yeah, I'm a steak person.
Victoria says sofa nap with a blanket is the best. There you are. I mean, I can nap anywhere. I could get down here right now and have 10 minutes.
Do it.
No, I don't think I'll be able to.
Now what I'm doing here is I've die cut another set of the antlers, and I'm doing them back to back, so that whichever way that you look at them, you've got the colour, so that when we pop them behind, as I say, when you see it from the back, you've got that colour. So let's go in, so there's that one, and then there's that one, into here, popping that onto there. Let's turn it over, and then I'm going to pop it on. And then finishing off, let's go back in with these two. I'm going to then add my adhesive here. Let's pop this one in. And you can get all fun and creative with the cardstock that you use. Imagine doing these within some of your glitter cards. You make a really fun reindeer, a real sparkly reindeer.
A Crafty Angie's asking, are the facial dies in the treat box the same as the die in the reindeer collection, the Joyful Deer? No, they are not. They are very, very different sizes. I would say the ones on the treat box are probably almost double the size of the ones on the Joyful Deer in the main collection. Great question, though.
Yeah, really good question, because they are different, as you said. But they finish off. They work so well. I'm going in with a little bit of my tacky glue, and then I'm going to go in with the eyes. The tacky glue will dry clear, so I'm not concerned about that. So let's pop that one in. Let's move the mouth, and then bringing in the red nose, because it could be a female version of Rudolph.
What would the female Rudolph be called, I wonder?
Is Rudolph male or female?
It's a good question. I was about to ask Siri then. I'll Google it.
Oh,
Should we ask Siri, see what they say, Hanson? Hey Siri, is Rudolph the reindeer male or female?
Here's what I found.
They're all female.
All female.
All of Santa's reindeer are female. Yeah, there you go.
Just you saying that about Siri, when I was down in Peterborough at the weekend.
Do you think loads of people's Siri's just went off everywhere?
Maybe going off. Yes, when I was down in Peterborough, I walked into the flat that we've got in Peterborough, and I walked in, the first thing I had done was, Alexa, turn living room light on, and I was like, oh, I'm not at home.
Oh, not at home.
Yeah, so sorry if you do have the Alexa lights, and all your lights have gone on. Alexa, turn on living room light. Alexa, make barking noises. Alexa, play Merry Christmas, everyone. That's it. Stop. Promise.
There you go. Lots of you let me know how you nap. How do you nap? Kay says, I nap if it's in the recliner with my two little doggies. Sam McDonald says, if I nap, I have 3 dogs sleep on me. I think that sounds blissful, to be honest. Hideko says, I nap with a throw on the couch with my fat cat laying on top of me or snuggled next to me. There you go. And Katie Easley wishes she had eyelashes like that, dear, is what she's saying to me. There you are. Remember what you are getting in there, of course. You're getting the stencil that you need to create the main structure of the box, and then also all of those dies to decorate as well. It looks like a flying squirrel, doesn't it, when it's in this sort of get-up?
It does.
I think so, yeah.
The bottom part to me looks like a pig.
A bit like a pig, yeah, it does. I bet you could adapt to this quite easily to make it other animals if you were, creative, maybe with sort of, especially something like one of our paint markers or something like that. Right, let's give you an opportunity to check out. It's very, very busy this evening. Let me share with you all the details of US delivery.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Craig, you just made my Alexa do rain noises. Brenda K. Tatchell says, my Alexa is going nuts. My Alexa is going nuts, so stop, says Heidi.
Alexa,
as well.
turn off. Hopefully that's helped for you. My apologies.
Alexa, play The Power of Love by Celine Dion. Sorry. Anyway, enough. I can't remember what I'm doing now. This box. Right, I want to share this with you. It is the most recent craft box. It is number 40 for you. It is the Wobbling characters. Now, these are always so incredible because they have absolutely everything in here that you need to create a whole array of awesome projects. So you've got your metal dies in here, which is fantastic for your 4 different characters. You've got your stamps in here as well for all of your different characters too. So you can see you've got your little pussycat, the dog, the boy and the girl in here. You're also going to get the assorted ribbons in here as well, which is amazing because you've got absolutely everything. And the other great thing about it as well, that everything is all card match for you. So you've got your card blanks here, 16 card blanks, and you've got 16 envelopes within here too. Then you've also got your pattern papers. I love the new packaging, Craig, don't you?
It's good, isn't it?
You've got your patterned papers in here, which is beautiful. Really lovely tones. Also, the thing is as well, the papers, they are exclusive to each of the boxes. So it's not like you can then, like we'll bring out these papers in a pad a little bit later down the line. They are completely exclusive. And then you've also got your cardstock in here as well. So beautiful double-sided pattern cardstock in there too. Hundreds of elements, full video tutorials from the man Craig Laird himself as well, which is excellent. $24.99. It's not 2 for £23 or 25. That was a mistake a little earlier in the earlier show. $24.99 whether you're shopping in pounds or dollars. $19.99 if you are of course shopping in. If you are a platinum member. It's all going, what is it now? It's all going so well. Yes, do get your hands on this full video tutorial as well over at crafterscompanionbox.com. Make sure you snap that up. We are, however, I'm just going to put that all over there for a minute. We are going to go back to the matte and layered. I can't say it now as the normal word. They're the matte and layered dies now. That's what they'll always be called. The brilliant thing about these is you've got 10 dies here. The smallest one 2.5 by half, right up to 7 by 5, and they are 1/4 inches. 10 in each one. So you've got this one here, which is your 5 by 7. The other option for you, pretty much everyone in this show going for both of these, is your 6 by 6. So you've got 11 dies in this one, from 1 inch square up to 6 inches square in 1/4 of an inch increments, which is brilliant. So much you can do with these, isn't there, Craig?
There is indeed. Earlier on at the start of launch party, you know, we talked through lots of different things that you could be doing. Now, we're going with the foil press.
You going back again?
We're going back to the foil press, yes. Glutton for punishment this time. But what we're going to do, I've gone over, as if it's really going to make a difference, but I've gone back to the junior, just in case. But what I'm doing is, let's go in with our matte and layer dies. So I'm going to go in with 2 of them. So I'm going to go in with the 4 by 4 and the 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Then what I'm going to do is, let's come in here, and then I'm going to make sure I've got everything good to go. So I'm going to go for rose gold. And I did post a finished sample that I'd done before I came into launch party at home on my Instagram, and you loved it, so I thought let's do it again to show you. So I've got my rose gold foil, paper craft foil, and I've got some white smooth stamping card. This is now going to show you how we can then use the dies to create lovely light straight edge foiled borders. So what I'm going to do is let's go in with this largest one first. I'm going to go on my platform, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line them up the best that I can, and then I'm going to go to 6 seconds. So I'm going to pop that one on, and that's going to do the countdown. What I can then do, once it beeps, making sure that they don't move, I'm going to go in with my foil, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my cardstock. So we're going to slide this one out. Now all of the dies, I'm trying to think, from the 5 by 7, I'm going to double check. I think all of the dies for the 5 by 7 will work on the platform size wise. Let's have a look and see. Maybe just a no more. So let's see. So yeah, all the 5 by 7 dies will just fit onto the platform. The 6 by 6, couple of them won't. So the largest 2 are a bit too big for the platform, but that is still 9 dies from the 6 by 6 that you can use on the foil press if you wanted to. So there's still loads. So I'm going to take these ones off, and then we can then bring in, now already you can see that heat impression. So if I then take, look at that.
Nice.
So if I tilt that, so we've now got a lovely foiled border all the way around. So there's a couple of things that you can do with that one. What I'm going to do is, this is a little bit of a tease as to something we've got coming up in Cartload on Thursday. It may be, well, the whole show is all about hunky-dory, but what I didn't want to do is a full show of items you've never seen before. There's just a handful of brand new items that you've not seen. Yep. This is one of...
At cartload prices?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yep. I know.
It's going straight in my basket.
It's be going straight in mine as well. Well, I've already got a set to work with, but I'll be topping up, that's for sure. So there's a couple of ways that you can now do this and use your frames. So let's go back in with the largest one. So we can then die cut that one out. Sorry, it's not the largest one, it's the 3rd largest one. But you can have a play with what ones you want to use. So if we use this one on the outside, so let's take this one and tape it in. If this was any of them within the 5 by 7, that could be nice foiled borders for maybe sentiments. Maybe you guys stateside that got Sarah's TS the other day. Start to use them and incorporate that. All I'm going to say, I know everyone else all over the globe will be like, what about us? Hang fire. But you can then start to use all of your stamps, your sentiment dies if you want. So if we take that one, we've now got a perfectly cut
That's amazing.
layer. You've got that beveled edge all the way round. You've got that foil all the way round. Now, I used these two here, Joe, but I could have, if I wanted to, if I wanted to have a bigger gap, I could have gone for that 1/2 inch increment.
Going to be great on like things like invitations, I'm thinking.
Exactly.
You know, getting that really lovely professional stationery look.
What about that with maybe table number or something in the middle? Just sitting. Instead of doing
Scorecards, so if you're watching Strictly Come Dancing, there you go.
There's an idea, yeah. There's a really good idea. And if we go back to the wedding table numbers, instead of white smooth stamping card, what about doing it on watercolour card? Because it's more of a texture to it, so you've got that more elegant feel to it. But I'm not finished just yet. What we could do, if we go in to that next size down, we could then come along and then we can cut our picture, our topper, whatever it is that we've got, and that can then be die cut. So we are now having a look at what have we got left over, not just from Hunky Dory, but from all of your collections that you can then start to take out within this size here that I'll just go over in a second, and then start to use them to frame them. The front of your card, little box frames if you want to. But if we bring this one in, so let's pop this one out. So this one can now sit nicely into the middle.
Perfect.
Or what you could do, if we take that same one, what about creating our aperture now? So we're now creating our aperture, which we could then have a foiled outline for a shaker, because you could have your shaker elements in the middle. So let's run that one through. So that's now going to cut that inside, but then that inside, because it's a perfectly square, it's not waste, you're going to be able to use that one. So then let's take this one out and then pop that, and I'm going to carefully pull it up because I don't want to take any of my foil off by tearing. There we go, let's carefully.
Apparently, Craig, the last time we had a Hunky Dory cartload was when we saw John as he kept popping in to remove sold out items. Will we have a Sir John cartload tomorrow too? Well, it's not tomorrow, it's Thursday. I don't think John's in on Thursday. So no, we won't, I'm afraid.
So if I just envision that I've not die cut this piece here, now I've gone and torn the bottom with my tape, but you'll have already seen the idea. That can now be
great frame.
Our frame for, again, our topper, our photo, whatever we want. And then let's finish this one off. So let's go back to the next size up, which was this one here.
Good question coming from Becky. How does it not cut through when you use it to foil?
It's all to do with the pressure. So there's not enough pressure for it to cut into the carbon plate. It's all perfectly designed and manufactured so that, of course, if you're using them with the foil press, always make sure they're facing up. Never have the die facing down into your platform, because that's going to do the platform damage. But having it facing up, having your foil, your card, and your carbon plate on the top, there's just a light amount of pressure for that rollers to go over and interact with the heat and also the die, but not enough pressure where it's too much, it's compact, and then it's cutting. So you don't need to worry about that when it comes to our wafer thin dies.
I do see, you can really see, you know that beveled edge we talked about, Craig? You can really see it there on that matte mirror card, can't you?
You can indeed. Now I should have gone for the next size up with the gold, which was 5.5 by 5.5. That would have then given me a nice matting layer, popping our image underneath. But if I bring in the one that I'd done beforehand, if I can pick it up, so we've then got our foil bordered all the way around. I've used the 2, you could do 3, you could do 4 if you want. I've got it so it's framing the image, as I showed you before. You could have it so that it's quite high, it's in the foreground, sentiment, stamped image, photo of your family if you want, lots of different ways. And that is what I'm loving about our matte and layer dies, as well as the fact that we can use them to foil with and then start to go into the home decor area, which, if we'll have time in a moment or two, I'll speak nicely to Johnny, and if we can then go into that bit in the next demo.
Absolutely. A lot of people asking how you've created these boards, Craig. Still coming in. Who is it who just asked? Oh, you know when you need to find the comment and you just can't find it, Craig. It's like trying to find an email in an
Yeah.
overly packed inbox. Here it is, Crafty Angie. How do you build the dies to make the black and white cards? Must I cut a black and a white piece of cardstock separately?
Really, really simply, let's bring this one. So let's bring in the matting layers. Let me have a look. So the largest one I cut in white. Then the next size down I cut in black. Then the next size down was white again. The next size down was black. The next size was white. Next size was black. Kept going that way. And then you're ending it up by using your foam pads. You'll be able to create that paramount effect that you can see there with Joe. So it's every alternative one, using them with white card and black card.
Do you know what might look great with this is like printing a picture 10 different times, cutting it out, and then building it up like into a different way. Especially if you had like a face, you could almost do on this one here. And also, it doesn't have to be centralised, does it?
Nope.
It could all build up to one sort of corner. I think very, very clever way of using those. 2 different sizes then for you, all of you, barring a couple, going for both the 5x7, which is this one just here, and also going for the 6x6 too. So you've got 11 dies in the 6x6, 10 in the 5x7. Really, really busy on these. How are we doing? Are we still worried about that 5x7, Johnny? It is the most popular, the 5x7. Most of you going for both. We actually had less stock of the 5x7 this morning. We did manage to get a bit more of both, but very, very busy still on especially the 5x7. We'll have the 6x6 a little bit longer because the 5x7 you want. Definitely think about getting it in your basket and get it checked out because it is really, really busy. Deborah Fries says, thank you for showing us how to use the foiling with the matte and layering. I was wanting to use it for invitations. You are the best, Craig.
Oh, invitations, yeah. How lovely that would be, 100%. Thought, right, with this one. Now, this demo I actually done here in the UK. You may have seen it on Create and Craft, this next demo. Going to do it again because you guys absolutely loved it. So I thought, well, you guys stateside in Europe, you'd like to see it as well. And that is, how many of you at home have got odd box frames at home? I had this one was just sitting about before I used it at the weekend and didn't have inside the actual mount that came with it was, I can't even remember what happened to the mount. It went in the bin anyway, so I didn't have it. So I thought, well, let's use our matte and layer dies to create our own mount. So what I have done already is I know the size of this frame is 8x10. So with these layers that I'm using, I use Sarah's garden party collection. So I've taken a bit of this peach and I've already cut it to 8 inches by 10 inches. So I know that that's going to fit inside my frame just perfectly. But what I want to do is I want this to be my mount. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my 5x7. Now I'm not going to use the largest. I'm going to come with the second size down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then come along and then going to take my tape and I'm going to get it as close to the center as I can, and I'm going to tape, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the tape is on the inside bit because I don't want it to potentially
So creating your
tear.
own like photo mounts then, Craig,
Yes.
which you can, if you buy a frame, if you buy a frame online, let's say, you know, with any of the big online retailers, you might pay let's say you're paying £4, £5, £6 for the frame. You can spend another £3 or £4 on just buying the mount that goes within it to frame your picture. So this is excellent. You can just create that yourself.
So creating it yourself, you absolutely can. And because of the size, I've just come and brought my large Gemini to the side of me. And there's a reason why I've not used the largest size just yet. This is the second largest, and it will become apparent in a moment. The other thing that I'm going to do, I don't have any wafer thin paper or copier paper, Joe, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of our white smooth stamping card to cover it because our plates have got some beveled edges, you know, they've been cut into, maybe embossed. I don't want that to transfer onto my patterned paper, pearlescent cardstock.
So will that work for any die cutting?
Yeah.
Just a sheet of copy paper?
Yeah. So it's acting as a shim. You're not needing it as a shim. What I'm wanting to do is any of those indents within that plastic shim is then going to go into that white cardstock and not into the colour cardstock. So taking this one out now. So this is then going to create our mount. So I can see I don't have any indents or that. I do with the white card down the side here, but not on here. So I don't need this, but it's a perfect size, which is 4.5 by 6.5, so I could be using that elsewhere. So if I move all that out the way, there is my mount for my photo. Want to neaten it up a little bit better. So using the same cardstock bundle, I'm going to go in with this kind of like a greener tone. And I need to use that same die once again. And then I'm going to go back into the largest die. And this is now going to enable us, Joe, to create a frame for our photo mount. Just finishing it off just nicely. You could do it with maybe, actually, I've just had a thought. Do you know what would make it look even elegant? Joe, can you give me 2 minutes?
Yeah, always.
Do you know what I'm thinking? Gold satin card. Ooh. So a nice frame all the way around, gold satin. So if I get just a minute or two, I can go and get
Absolutely.
that.
Crafty Angie says, thanks, Craig. These seem so easy to use. Barbara saying as well, the matte and layer dies are so cool. They really are. Remember, 2 different options for you. Pretty much everyone going for both of them. The 5x7, which is this one here, 10 dies in there for you. And of course then, you also have the 6x6. Same price on these for you. Platinum members, $10.39 or $11.96. I can't see these hanging around for more than a couple days. We don't have a huge amount of stock left of them. They've been very popular since we launched them. If you are watching this show back at a later date, definitely check the website for the stock situation. Let me share with you a couple of different deals that we've got on the show that are proving very busy. The Explorer kit, firstly, which is this one here, is the Aqua marker Explorer kit that you're looking at. You get the floral and the primary sets of the Aqua markers, the premium watercolor paper pad, and also the finesse waterproof ink pad in the flagstone as well. We've also got the Out of This World deal. We only hold the price on this one for 24 hours, so you will need to be quick for it. It's a 50 sheet pack of your Centura Pearl metallic cardstock. You've got rose gold, bronze, green gold, pale silver, and also the copper in there for you as well. Don't forget that craft kit, the wobbling characters here with over 85 different elements. We'll make at least 16 cards for you, but stamps and dies in there you're going to be able to use time and time again. Triple points and also 50 bonus points on top of that as well, which is excellent. How are you doing over there, Craig?
I got some gold satin card. So once again, we're going to go back with the die that we used to create our mount. And then what I'm going to do is use the largest one, and I'm going to secure this. If you are a little bit concerned about doing this, then you can do them separately. But as long as you tape them down, and it's what I was saying earlier on, I'm still going to use my tape to secure them. It's not to stop them bending, because they are a lot more robust than you will find any of your other nesting dies out there, or your matte and layer dies. So what I'm then going to do, once again, I'm not overly concerned about the center panel, because that's not what I want, but I don't want lots of indents in it, because I can be using that elsewhere. So I'm going to shield it slightly with a piece of card. Let's run that one through. I've got both Geminis here, but I'm using the one power lead. There we go. So running that one through. Again, I could have just gone straight to the large Gemini, just making double work for myself. But that being said, at least you can see that you can use the 5x7s within the Junior. So if I take these ones away, I can then take this frame. So if I take the frame, I'm going to carefully take it away. And the reasoning for using these 2 larger dies is so that can sit nicely.
Nice, that looks awesome.
All the way round. So let's go in with my dotty tape runner for this one. And let's add my adhesive.
Robbie Hedrick says, had to get both sets of the dies. Love your demos on these. Patricia says, I've seen nested rectangle dies before, but the biggest size is only around 4x6. I love that these got up to 5x7.
It's so good, isn't it? And I can't tell you for sure. I can only tell you that I've asked, and I'm hoping that we will do larger as well. I've also asked for circle and ovals. Don't know if it will happen or not. I've only asked. It's one of those things that it depends on the demand from you guys. And I think it's safe to say, because you have absolutely loved these ones, then it's certainly going to give the team, well, it's going to make them think that actually, yeah, we will bring out some of the other ones. So hang fire. I don't know for sure, but I am already on the case asking them if we can look into do it down the lines. But then there we go. So there we've now created our mount, which was lovely as it was, but we've now used that to create a lovely gold mount. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, and then what I want to do is I want to shield that backdrop with a bit of black. So I'm going to come in, and then I'm going to use, let's just use my scissors, because it's not actually going to be seen from the back. What I mean by that is you're not going to see any of the outline of the black card. This is to give me a base. So let's pop that one on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some decoupage, Joe. So therefore, if I put the glass in, there's nowhere for the decoupage to go. It's too thick. So I'm going to put my mount in first, here. And then I don't want to lose the glass because I might be using it some other time down the line. So that I don't lose it, and so that these little bits, what do you call them?
I'm really bad at this bit, Craig. I put pictures in frames and they always slide down inside.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'm really bad at mounting them.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I do sometimes, if I go to mount them, I do come along with little bits of our tape runner.
Is this a frame you've used before?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used it in...
I thought you just preempted this being the card of the day and you'd already written your name and the date on the back. No, he's used it before. Okay, just checking, Greg, just checking.
I used it on the 26th of May, and it was a hunky-dory launch day.
I thought you'd put today's date on it already, you know,
No.
just in case.
Not yet, not yet. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the decoupage from Sarah's Care and Thoughts, but instead of just going straight onto black, which is lovely as it is, what I'm going to do, let's bring in one last layer. So I'm going to go one size down, which is going to be perfect for that one. We can then come along, we can die cut this one out, and then that is now going to be a home decor frame that we didn't have a mount for, because I actually remember now why I don't have a mount, because I used this for decollage, and the decollage went over the side of the mount. So when I had taken it off, it tore the mount. So let's take this last one, and what we can do is let's add that on with my tape runner, pop this into the middle, and once again, the reason that I've done the black on the backdrop is because I've done black in the butterfly and it pulls it all in. I've got my tape on, so let's take this one off. So hopefully, by today, and also when Jan had them on last week, you'll have seen that although it says mats and layers, you can be using them for so many other things as well.
Is this one of our floral decoupages, Craig?
This is from Sarah's Care and Thoughts collection.
Ah, the Caring Thoughts.
So there we go.
Love that.
We've created...
Completely different way of using it.
Completely different way, absolutely. So it goes to show if you do happen to have any frames just lying about but you don't have the mounts for them, or you want to create your own mount or a thicker mount, you can then be doing that with these ones. Such well usable size.
Excellent. Right. I think it's demo of the show time, don't you, Craig? Loads of you loving these. Lots of you agreeing with Craig that we need some other shapes. Yes, Craig, we need circles, says Aisha. Kim saying absolutely ovals and circles. That would be the 4 core matting shapes. Patty says, yes, please. I love other shapes of the matting and layering dies. I was surprised there wasn't more. These give you a wider border, which is fantastic. Mary Pat saying as well, I ordered these dies the same day as the Reindeer collection. Really excited. Going to use them all in my scrapbooking. Right, card of the show o'clock, Craig.
Big choices today, isn't there? So we've either got number 1 with the scrapbook page, which was all about...
It's going to be tough.
Yeah, it could be. I can't say because obviously I've made them, but yeah, might be a tough one.
Number
so
1.
Got that one with number 1. Number 2 with the treat box. Number 3 with the mats and layers again. and then number 4 with our mats and layers again.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, or 4. You choose. If you were voting, which one would you vote for, Craig?
Oh, I'm going to go with the boys and the
Number
girls.
1. Johnny, which one would you vote for? 4, Charlotte? 4. I'm torn. I'd vote for 1 and 4.
1 and 4.
Yeah, that's what I'd vote for. Which one are you going to vote for? That's what matters. Of course, Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're across on YouTube. Get your votes in. Whilst you do that, let's share with you all the details of US delivery and Club Inspire.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Demo of the show was number 4. So let's do demo of the day in that case. Let's get that underway. Demo of the day, Craig's from Wake Up Call. Number 1, which is this one just here, which is using those gorgeous new stencils. Number 2, Jan's launch day with the schmetterlings there as well. Or number 3, Craig's box frame there from, of course, Launch Party. You decide. You've got about 5-10 minutes to get your votes in, and then we will pop one of those up onto the cabinet of creativity. Right, let's go back to the Reindeer collection. So busy on these at the moment. Let me take you through everything you're getting. The great thing is it only launched yesterday. It was touch and go whether it was going to sell out or not. We did manage to secure some more paper pads, so that means we've been able to repeat that launch offer. So at the moment, if you're one of those crafters out there that needs to have the full set, we've still got the full set right in stock for you at the minute. But how long will that last? Who knows? Not long, knowing how busy this particular collection has been. Let's start with this one here. This is the Joyful Deer that you've got here. Really great to play around with this. Whether you want to make it more floral style, you've got a Santa hat in there. You can really customize this how you see fit. The other one that we've got here is the Opulent Deer, as you can see just there. Really awesome, that one. Really gosh, a bit sassy that one, isn't it? I could see a few bells in there, couldn't you? That's going to go beautifully with the Dashing Deer as well, which is this one here, your die, and also your Winter Stag as well. But then we move on to this one just here. Now this is your Winter Woodland that you've got in this one here. And again, really nice, great to use with this collection and away from the collection. Some foiled sentiments in here for you as well. So you've got Merry Christmas. You've also got Season's Greetings in here as well. Then you've got the Elegant Deer, that lovely foil stamp one there. And then sentiments for the outside of your cards here with a Magical Christmas, and then a selection of really awesome verses that you're going to be able to use on the insides of your cards. We then have the embossing powders, colour matched to complement the whole collection. Then you've got embellishments as well. So you've got 100 self-adhesive gems in here, and you're also going to receive the crushed velvet ribbon that is within there as well, which is fantastic. And then we move on to this bit, the bit that I know you guys all love so much. It is the amazing paper pads. So in here, firstly, you've got your printed papers, so you can see really lovely, very, very classic artwork here on these. So that is your classic ones, and then you move into this one here, which is kind of a little bit more ethereal. You've got kind of faux inky backgrounds on here as well. And it's all a bit sort of northern lights. I'm going to try and say it, Aurora Borealis. Oh, I managed to say it. Can't normally say it. Yeah. So you've got that one there, and then what you're also getting, this was the element that we thought was going to go yesterday, which we were really worried about, is of course 20 sheets of the amazing colour match mirror card. So gold, blue, plum, green, and that gorgeous red in there as well. I can see why, Craig, this has been such an incredibly busy collection, can't you?
It is. It's just something different that we've not really seen, and something that's going to work a treat for the autumn and winter time. You know, for birthdays and weddings and anniversaries, you could be using it not necessarily just for Christmas, although reindeers, that's the first thing that you think of, but bringing in your apertures, bringing in that gorgeous tartan paper, bringing in the foil press element that we can see here by creating that sentiment at the bottom. But then doing your fold back cards by using the embossing powders, using the inks, using your gilding waxes, and having the reindeers just dotting down the side. But then what about a feature with the Build a Reindeer head? So you can do a couple of them together, lots of different sizes. This one here, this is, I think there's another finished sample as well, I'll show you just shortly. This is actually the waist. So the reindeer's been cut, and then who's done this one? Bianca's done this one. She's then gone round what would have been the waist with one of the tag dies and created it that way. So that works so well. Once again, getting really inky when it comes to the embossing folder. When it comes to the foil press, doesn't matter what foil you use, it creates a resist effect. So going over maybe with your Aqua pens, sparkle pots, anything like that, which FYI, I'm on Colour Me Happy with lots of gorgeous sparkleness on Friday. So more, you know, you've got the different colour palettes if you use your different cardstocks that we can see here. But then what about bringing in your acetate so you can create all your domes if you want. You don't need to do much by having that pattern on the backdrop, but really making a feature like Terry's done on this one. So if I open this one up, so this is the effect with the scoreboard, but how lovely does that look? More of an apertured sort of effect. DL cards, once again, another more of a fold back card, Z fold card here, picking out detail. I'm going to show you these last few because I think it doesn't do it justice, just showing you a handful. Showing you loads is what you need to see. So whether it's small cards, DL cards, longer cards, shorter cards, 8x8 cards, maybe you want to start incorporate the papers for scrapbooking, you absolutely can do as well. Such a gorgeous but real elegant, fine finishing touches is going to work with these ones as well.
Yeah, they really are awesome. A fantastic collection. And also I love the fact that you can create more sort of ethereal, sort of mystical enchanted ones, or you can create really classic card concepts as well. It's completely up to you. The Deers are just gorgeous, says Joy. Aisha says, I really love the B-side of the paper pads. Do bear in mind as well, if you're going for extras or additionals, or you're just building your own bundle with the reindeer collection, spending £45 or dollars will get you 10% off the cost of the individual. So that still means that the best way to get the best value is the larger bundle. But if you were thinking of adding, I don't know, an extra 12x12 pad, an extra card pad, maybe some embossing folders and the embellishments, get yourself topped up to £45 or dollars in addition as you get that 10% saving, which I think is awesome. Something else I want to share with you again, we looked at it earlier, is that rainbow treat box. That's not included in the main rainbow collection. Rainbow? Why do I keep calling it rainbow? I've called it rainbow several times tonight, haven't I?
You
Maybe we
have.
need a rainbow reindeer collection. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. I can see that. It is, of course, the treat box. This is what it's going to look like. This is how it goes together. This is how, of course, it comes to you. And again, a brilliant price on this: $12.99 or $14.95. I love the fact that you could just make themes of these, Craig, because you can really make them look and feel different, can't you? Depending on how you put it together.
Absolutely, of course you could. You know, it's nothing stopping you doing a rainbow effect one if you wanted to. Have lots of fun. But then you can then decorate both sides. Doesn't have to be just the front or the back. You know, you've got the female on one side, you've got the male on the other. But then bringing in embellishments from Sarah's 'Twas the Night. Maybe you want to go for a different tonal look when it comes to the reindeers. Add in some of your glitter cards as well. Maybe you've got those little beady eyes, you know, the wobbly eyes. Imagine
that'd be
how much
cool.
fun you'd have with them. That would be quite cool. But so nice. Yes, as little treat boxes, but think about, you know, the weights for balloons if you're going to use them at parties, if you want to, name placement settings. You can have a lot of fun with all of these ones. I really, really like these.
They are absolutely awesome. Make sure you snap them up. Brilliant price as well, considering how many different sort of themes and styles of those you're going to be able to do. Let me share with you the launch party deals that we have as well. The Explorer kit, we have one every single week. It's about you maybe trying something new for the first time. This is a great starter kit for our Aqua markers, because you've got 24 Aqua markers within here, which is awesome value. Then, of course, you are getting the premium watercolour pad in the 9x12, and you're getting the Finesse waterproof ink pad within there too. Triple points to remember on this and everything else in show on the website, only up until the end of the day, so midnight wherever you are shopping. We still have the Centre of Pearl metallic card 50 sheet collection available as well. This is your out of this world deal. Now, most of our deals here on Crafters TV last for 48 hours. The out of this world deal is a time limited offer. That means you'll only last for 24 hours. In here, you're going to get rose gold, bronze, green gold, pale silver, and also the copper in there as well. So make sure you snap that one up. £10 or $14 if you want to get your hands on that one. Right, it's one. This frame has won card of the day.
Is it?
Twice now. It's won again. I've scribbled out, Craig, the old date, and I put the new date and show title and your name in there.
Thank you.
In pen. Well, actually written Jan, but you know, that doesn't, no, I'm joking. I have written Craig in the back of I've written Craig in the back of here. Yeah, that will go up onto the shelf. I think though, final word, Craig, has to of course go to these amazing matte and layering dies. So many people going for these. Remember the two different sizes for you. You've got them in the 5x7, which are these ones just here. 10 dies in this one for you, all at 1/4 inch increments, and you've got the 6x6. Why do you think people have loved these so much, Craig?
I think to start with, it's the simplicity of them. Many of you have found no issues at all using the guillotine to do the mats and layers, but there's still many that have done. But then what I want you to take away is the fact of Jan and both myself, I know I would use them, but these sit on a craft desk and I've been using them so much more than I thought that I would have. So yes, the mats and layers, but then they can be doing your card blanks as well. The shape of them, 5x7, do your smaller tags. But then what you can do is use them with the foil press to create your frames, to create your apertures for the mounts for your photo frames, or maybe your shaker cards as well. There really are so much that you could do, and even just in a couple of hours here today that you'll be able to see different things. There's still more that hopefully if we get more stock back in where we can do a full, I don't know, maybe a full show on them. Who knows what the future holds, but more time to show you lots of different things that you can do. Keep it simple. That's why many of you loved them, but the fact is because you can do so much more, not just with the layering. It really is. It's made many of you at home thinking at first, I don't really need them, to then going, oh, I do need them, and you've bought them.
Absolutely, and make sure you snap them up. Lots of you, got another birthday, Sharon Trumbull on YouTube. Happy birthday, Sharon. Dana Glass has just got my order done. Mats and layers added in there too. We're back for another full day here tomorrow on Crafters TV, of course. Wake up call with Craig in the morning. What can we look forward to tomorrow, Craig, from that?
So we have got, with it being of course Wednesday, I've picked out quite a few items from Creative Cravens. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's there's a really good one that I've picked out for Wake Up Call, so I'm not going to spoil it too much just yet, but I'm looking forward to it, as I always do. But do you fancy coming and joining me again?
Nah, I'm going to have a lay in tomorrow. No, I'm joking. Of course I'll be here. Of course.
To be fair, I could do it
Wild
right.
horses wouldn't stop me, Craig. There's a craft along as well with myself and Debbie Robinson tomorrow, 3 p.m. in the UK, 10 a.m. East Coast time. You'll see a sneaky peek of that in Wake Up Call. And then, of course, Creative Cravings comes your way. That one kind of back to basics show that still everyone's going to learn something from. That will be coming up 7 p.m. in the UK, 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast time, 11 a.m. West Coast time. Craig, massive thanks as always. Pleasure to spend a couple of hours with you.
You too.
Here in the craft studio.
Absolutely.
I was going to say room. I guess it's both, really, isn't it?
Bit of both, yeah.
It is a bit of
Definitely
both.
studio though, yeah.
Yeah,
But we've still
more
got another
studio.
2 days together.
Another 2 days together.
2
I
days.
know, as if we hadn't had enough fun already. Don't forget to check out your basket. It's still really busy on the matte and layer dyes and also that rainbow collection. Remember, all the individuals available on the Reindeer collection as well. Did I call it rainbow again?
Don't worry.
It's not okay, Charlotte. Don't say it's okay. You know, it's not okay. I need to get it right. Anyway, don't forget to check out your baskets. If you are across the pond, have a great day. If you're here in Europe, we are in Europe, but what I was about to say, if you are here in the UK or in Europe, I tell you what, you just wrap it up, Craig. I think that's it.
Have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you're going to get up to. Me and Joe are going to be back again tomorrow, as he says, with Wake Up Call, and then you've got that craft along as well of the Creative Cravings. I'm away to head home, put my feet up for the night before I come back and do it all over again. Joe is right across the side there, just saying waving. He's not talking, he's just waving. Thank you so much for all the lovely comments about all the products that we've had today, especially the mats and layers dyes as well. But what we're then going to do is show you Joe just waving to wave the night away. He's saying bye, 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 bye. But we'll come back tomorrow morning and he'll be doing that exactly the same. He's just going to be waving. But either way, there you are. Bye. See ya.
Bye.